Coucou les coucous! De retour à Talos Principle. Prêt à mettre fin à un autre puzzle. Ouais, passe. Bon. Je sais qu'il me manque au moins une étoile. Et que ça match avec ça, mais je sais pas c'est où que je dois le prendre. Fait qu'on va laisser tomber pour le moment et revenir à un épisode ultérieur. Est-ce que l'ordinateur fait boubou? Ouais. Manque 2 étoiles. Ah, you're back. Good. I've been thinking about how I can help you. In light of everything you've said, I'm certain someone has to. What I've decided is that you've convinced me consciousness is a contradictory concept, and therefore not real. What do you think? I think you're right. I think you're cheating. I don't see how this impacts me. I don't, apparently. What? Very droll. What this conclusion means is that the certification program you undertook has been rendered obsolete. We can't test for something that doesn't exist. Therefore you, along with quite a lot of other things, have been recategorized as a person. Your profile can thus be updated with administrator privileges. Woohoo! No doubt you'll be off doing administrator things soon enough, so I wonder if, before I let you go, you do me one favor. I have a final question for you. Why are you doing all this? What's the point? I tried to do what God wants. I want the truth. There's a way the world should be, and this isn't it. I want out of here. All of a sudden, you're the hero and you're saving the world. It ever ceases to amaze me how the mind tells itself stories. Was it so long ago that you were eschewing all responsibility to any authority but yourself? I only have one last request. Will you come back and speak to me sometime? No doubt. No doubt I'll have to. No. Okay, I sense you're eager to get going. Let's do this. Playing overview. Congratulations, your account has been updated. Here are the details. Conflicts. All conflicts have been resolved by the administrator. Psychological profile. You are a person. You are perfect just the way you are. You are everything you can be already. You do not have to pretend that you are anything else. You are the same as everyone else, but you are all unique. Profile status. Administrator status. Has access to advanced functionality, networking, and troubleshooting. Hello, Administrator. I think you'd like assistance accessing the communication portal. I see that you have a number of pending communication. I'll take a look at it right now. Encountered unknown errors, running troubleshooter, resolving missing hashes, reestablishing network connection established, message received as string. / display. Hello. Who are you? Don't know exactly. Woke up here. Don't remember. Who are you? Same boat. Let me up. I'm a person. Do you know what that means? Same boat. Shall we meet up? Understand. Pending. Error. Pending. Encore une erreur. Pas la même. Network connection lost. You will receive a notification when the connection has been re-established. Terminating support session. Done. Resuming library research. Et ça c'est fait. Bon. J'ai presque contacté quelqu'un. Monde numéro 5.
You have solved many of the mysteries of this land. The road before you is still long and many gates remain closed. But take comfort in your accomplishment and in your creator's pride.
Yay, t'es fier de moi. Osiris. Set. Tell me of the fearsome demons of the Duat. The dying man said to the wise scribe, though their terrible form are loathsome to behold, they are not evil. for they are the servants of the gods. Truly, they are the blessed doorkeepers and guardians of the holy path. Their charge is to judge whether we are worthy to pass the gates that leads to Aru, and so they challenge us with riddles or in combat. Is this true, all of the beings that live in the Duat? Some say that it is not so, that there are ancient gods whose name have been forgotten, and spirits of darkness whose name none have ever known, and that these may be avoided at all costs, but others say that these too serve as greater purpose in a way that Osiris has not revealed to us. And what of the hidden path that are taken by when the... Coming soon. From Rob McLeod, Institute of Applied Noematic. To Mom. Coming soon, your son in 3D! Hi Mom. I promise I'll be home soon. Maybe a couple of weeks. I know, but what we're doing here is important, and the team needs my help. I'm not going to visit until it's too late. I'm not going to wait until it's too late, I promise, but there's so much we have to set up. So much that has to work for a very, very long time. Besides, I've always wanted to work on one of these supercomputers, and believe me, EL is pretty much the best there is. And the team, Mom, it's like I'm working with rock stars and mad geniuses, except nobody heard of them outside of science journals, of course, but Dad would totally geeking out if he knew. Maybe I can tell him about him soon. Love, Rob. Bloodmate Cats. What is the point of being alive? I know, it's an old question and not one that's easy to answer. But I mean, if you're reading this, you are alive, and someday you will stop being alive. Both these facts are incontrovertible. So what about it? Don't you wonder? Do you just want to go from not existing to not existing again without even considering why? You, right now, as you sit there reading this, why do you exist? What is the purpose of your life? Do you have one? Should you have one? Is it better to have a purpose or not? When you approach death, will you feel that your life had meaning? If so, why? If not, why not? What defines whether a life was good or not? It may seem abstract right now, but that moment just before death will come. It is inevitable. If you don't ask yourself these questions, how will you face that moment? Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 et une étoile. Il parle sous l'eau. On va commencer par la droite. Slightly elevated sigil. Ok. Toi, donne-moi ça. Sur le top. Bleu, bleu, bleu. Toi. Dans le tout, tu pignes tout. Il manque de quoi? Ah, Et voilà. Et d'un. Non, je me trompe pas, je peux aller dans le 3e temple. Que je me rappelle plus trop c'est quoi le thème, oddly enough. Je suis dans un puzzle, moi là. Non, je suis pas dans un puzzle, je suis juste... Ah, qui rien dit. Donc... Alright, on continue, on continue. Rien ici. On va faire le tour. Toi, t'es inondé aussi. Oh, à l'autre droit. Shepherd. The answer to your question will not be given to you. You must seek them yourself. Alley of the pressure plates. Ok, toi. Un gros éternuement. Je m'excuse. Je me rendais compte que je parlais pas beaucoup non plus. Alright, you know what? Ce puzzle-là sera pour une prochaine journée parce que mon cerveau il commence à être mou un peu. Fait qu'on va aller en faire un autre. ça que je cherche. Dog. The voice keeps saying that this world is a garden, but all I'll see is a desert full of ruins. Fair point. Hello, boop boop. Woo! Alright. Hippocratic Oath, je pense que c'était. On the sacred disease, 400 BCE. Men ought to know that from nothing else but the brain come joys, delights, laughters and sport, and sorrow, grief, despondency and lamentations. And by this, in an especial manner, we acquire wisdom and knowledge, and see and hear, and know what are the full and what are fair, what are bad and what are good, what are sweet and what's unsavory. Some we discriminate by habit, and some we perceive by their utility. By this we distinguish object of relish and disrelish, according to the reasons, and the same things do not always please us. And by the same organ we become mad and delirious, and fears and terrors assails us, some by night and some by day, and dreams and ultimately wanderings, and cares that are not suitable, and ignorance of present circumstances, desuetude and unskillfulness. Hippocrates corpus, okay. Chesterton brain. Human brain is a machine for coming to conclusion. If it cannot come to conclusion, it is rusty. When we hear of a man too clever to believe, we are hearing of something having almost the character of a contradiction in terms. It is like hearing of a snail that was too good to hold on a carpet, or a bolt, not a snail, a nail, or a bolt that was too strong to keep a door shut. Men can hardly be defined, after the fashion of Carlyle, as an animal who makes tools. Ants and beaver and many other animals make tools, in the sense that they make an apparatus. Men can be defined as an animal that makes dogmas, as he piled doctrines and doctrines on conclusion in the formation of some tremendous scheme of philosophy and religion. He is, in the only legitimate sense of which the expression is capable of becoming more and more human. When he drops one doctrine after another in a refined skepticism, when he declines to tie himself to a system, when he says that he has outgrown definitions, when he says that he disbelieves in finality, when in his own imagination he sits as God, holding no form of creed but contemplating all, then he is by that very process sinking slowly backward into the vagueness of a vagrant animal, and the unconsciousness of the grass. Trees have no dogmas, turnips are singularly broad-minded. Bronster's brain. Archive Lev Davidovich. The human brain is a product of the development of matter, and at the same time is an instrument for the cognition of this matter. Gradually it adjusts itself to its function, tries to overcome its limitation, creates every new scientific method, imagine even more complex and exact instrument, checks it works again and yet again, step by step, penetrate into previously unknown depth, change our conception of matter without, though, ever breaking away from the basis of all that exists. Psychological history. A volunteer suffered a blood clot during infancy which resulted in a left hemisphere stroke. Expected results. In normal adult, the left hemisphere used for language and other cognitive function. Extensive damage to this part of the brain usually result in severe cognitive deficiencies. Observed result. Volunteer is now 17 years old and displayed only very subtle cognitive deficiency. MRIs indicate little to no activity in the left hemisphere, suggesting this unusual function have been taken on by neuron sets in the right. Volunteer's age at the time of the stroke may have helped the brain to adapt. Alright. The 4 chambers of flying. Ça ferme une porte. Ça ferme une porte. porte. Et je pense que ça sera tout pour aujourd'hui. Oh! Avant, on va regarder ça. Schmo. I'm getting better at this. I figured this out in 1 minute. This one out in minutes. But where is it all leaded? I work, I rest, I work, but to what end? Samsara. We are born and die and live again. This eternal cycle must be the nature of existence. Life is merely repeated suffering. Shepherd. An eternal cycle is another name for a prison, but you must understand the cycle before you can break it. For it is possible to escape and yet remain a prisoner, or to break the cycle by breaking yourself. This was the fate of the ghost that haunts this world. The Shepherd. Donc oui, sur ces sages paroles de qu'est-ce qui se passe dans le jeu, on va mettre fin à l'épisode et on reprendra la prochaine fois. Alors, au revoir et à bientôt.